India's Chandrayaan-3 lunar rover Pragyan goes for a moonwalk. A day after becoming the first nation to land close to the South Pole, India's moon rover has made its first contact with the lunar surface. According to the space agency, Chandrayaan-3's rover ramped down from the lander and India took a walk on the moon. On schedule and successfully, the Vikram lander descended on Wednesday night. With this, India joins the US, the former Soviet Union, and China as the only other nations to successfully conduct a soft landing on the moon. The Vikram lander's belly was used to transport the 26 kilograms Pragyan, the Sanskrit word for knowledge, rover to the moon. In order to allow Pragyan to glide down to the lunar surface, panels on one side of Vikram opened once the dust from last night's landing had settled. Now it will explore the craters and rocks, gathering vital information and taking pictures that will be transmitted back to Earth for study. In order to investigate the chemical makeup of the soil and identify the minerals that are present on the lunar surface, Pragyan is carrying two scientific equipment. Pragyan will only communicate with the lander, which will transmit the data to Chandrayaan-2's orbiter, which is still revolving about the moon, for analysis. According to the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, the rover will move at a speed of 1 centimeter per second and leave the impression of ISRO's insignia and logo on the moon's surface with each stride. India makes a historic landing close to the South Pole of the moon. The race to decipher the mysteries of the South Pole of the moon. The lander and rover will have 14 days of sunshine to charge their batteries because the touchdown occurs at the beginning of a lunar day. A lunar day is equivalent to just over 4 weeks on Earth. They will stop operating and discharge once darkness falls. It is not yet known if they will reanimate when the following lunar day begins. In addition, the lander is equipped with a number of scientific tools that will aid in understanding what occurs on the moon's surface as well as above and below it. Although the moon is believed to contain significant amounts of minerals, one of the main objectives of Chandrayaan-3 is to search for water. According to experts, the enormous craters near the South Pole that are always in shadow contain ice that might one day support human habitation on the moon. Additionally, it might be used to refuel spaceships traveling to Mars and other far-off planets. On Wednesday, the lander's hazardous fall and anxious minutes before touchdown created tension. The lander's speed was progressively decreased from 1.68 km per second to virtually 0 km per second, allowing it to land gently on the moon's surface. Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared that India is now on the moon, and that we have reached where no other country could, as people around the nation celebrated the historic event. The Luna 25 spacecraft from Russia crashed into the moon after spinning out of control a few days prior to the landing. The collision also brought attention to the region's challenging terrain, which is described as being very uneven and full of craters and boulders. India's newest moon mission transmits its initial images. India's second lunar mission, which similarly tried to soft land there in 2019, was a failure. Its lander and rover were destroyed, but its orbiter was still intact. Even now, it is still circling the moon and assisting the Vikram lander in sending pictures and data back to Earth for study. There is a rising worldwide interest in the moon, and several more missions will soon be traveling to its surface, so India is not the only country keeping a watch on it. Additionally, experts claim there is still much to learn about the moon, which is frequently referred to as a portal to deep space.